The Government of Saint Lucia seeks to make Saint Lucia's CIP program more competitive. Prime Minister makes strong statement following death of Dennery teen, and Kosovo Ambassador pays courtesy call to the Prime Minister. Join us for this week's recap of the Prime Minister's weekly diary. The House of Assembly convened on Tuesday, March 26, with several matters down for discussion. Prime Minister Honorable Alan Michael Shastney began the session by apprising members of his March 22nd meeting with U.S. President Donald J. Trump.
As you know, we did not attend the meeting on behalf of CARICOM, but rather we responded to an individual invitation. We, St. Lucia, are always looking to strengthen our relationships with long-standing allies such as the United States. The President and his team were very much in a listening mode as to how they may strengthen the relationship with St. Lucia and with the region. Ultimately, we had a very promising meeting, and I'm excited about the discussions we had in the areas of energy, investment, trade, and security.
Among the bills down for amendments at Tuesday's House sitting was the Citizenship by Investment Bill. The Prime Minister explained that the proposed amendments would strengthen the program and give the CIP board more oversight. Prime Minister Shastney aptly dealt with concerns raised by the opposition and responded clearly to specific matters raised by the member for Castries South. The Prime Minister also spoke frankly about his own concerns about the real estate component of the CIP and juxtaposed it against the donation avenue, explaining in detail to Parliament the importance of getting it right for the benefit of the state.
So it means that the capital investment that we were going to make would have been returned to the state. But you see, when you do it the other way through the real estate mechanism, what the state has done is leverage its sovereignty, and the developer now is be able to use those monies capital free. There's no obligation, the state owns nothing. And while I understand how that has happened in some of the countries, but unfortunately, it is not one that I'm a big fan of. And I believe that St. Lucia is at this stage where we should not have to do that. But the fact is, several projects in St. Lucia have already been approved under the CIP real estate program.
During the committee stage, the Prime Minister further explained the amendments in detail to the member for Castries South. A somber mood came over Parliament on Tuesday as Prime Minister Alan Shastney closed the day with a strong message in the wake of the death of a young man from the community of Dennery.
While it's always early to question what has happened, but obviously there are some suggestions with regards to bullying and other issues. And this is a very serious matter in this country. We're seeing way too many young people resorting to committing suicide to solve a problem. And I think that this is something that's going to require even a greater level of attention and maybe some uncomfortable subject matters that we have unfortunately avoided, that we're going to have to address them, because this is the reality of what our world is today. And again, a member from Dennery South, if you can please again pass on the condolences of all of us to the family. And certainly we always empathize when a young person, particularly just getting into making a major contribution to our society, is lost. So it's a deep loss.
The Prime Minister also spoke to Parliament about preventing young people from turning to a life of crime and called on all St. Lucians to come together collectively to address this issue.
We have to do more in order to be able to guide our young people better. That the ability to walk in and to shoot somebody for less than $100 is a damning statement against all of us and our own failures. And I say collectively, I'm not passing the blame to any one more person than another. But we have got to be able to address this with our young people and bring back a sense of values, particularly to life.
Other bills down for consideration during Tuesday's sitting were the Money Laundering Amendment, the Caribbean Electricity Utility Services Corporation Headquarters Agreement, the Motor Vehicles and Road Traffic Amendment, and the Castries Constituency Bill. To view the full sessions of Parliament, subscribe to the government's YouTube channel or visit govt.lc. Later in the week, the Prime Minister met with Her Excellency Mrs. Zana Rudy, Ambassador of the Republic of Kosovo, in Panama to Saint Lucia. Prime Minister Shasney and Ambassador Rudy discussed the immense opportunities for Saint Lucia and Kosovo to deepen relations. Saint Lucia first established diplomatic relations with Kosovo in 2011, and the country provided financial support to Saint Lucia during the post-Hurricane Tomas recovery efforts. The expansion and upgrading of Saint Lucia's seaports continues to be a priority item for the government, and Prime Minister Honorable Alan Michael Shasney and Minister for Infrastructure, Ports, Energy and Labour Honorable Stephenson King will continue discussions on these plans as they travel to the UK and Switzerland from Friday, March 29th to meet with cruise industry leaders. Next week, we will recap this important trip and other agenda items in the Prime Minister's Weekly Diary.